Welcome to Gaming with Bare Hands. I am Bare Hands. Today we're going to be looking at a Clash Royale deck that is spectacular. I don't know if you've kept up at all with any of the world tournaments going on right now, but Yarn from Orange Juice and Nick at Night, they have been commentating on some incredible tournament play that has been going on, and one of the players, Surgical Goblin, is playing with some awesome decks that he plays so well. This is one of them. You've got the Miner, Knight, Ice Spirit, Log, Princess, the Rocket, the Inferno Tower, and the Mega Minion. Now, this deck is above me. I've played it. I haven't put in enough time to really understand when the right time to rock it, because it seems like during his games, he just throws the thing at them when he's at 10 Elixir, but he understands a little bit more than I do when to get it work. So when I do that, I often get burned, and I know it's because I'm doing the timing incorrectly. I also know that I'm playing ladder games instead of tournament games, which are slightly different because you can rely on defending more heavily and getting that win in the 3-minute overtime. I took his deck, and I switched out the Rocket with the Graveyard. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, John, you said you weren't going to do any more Graveyard decks. I lied. This deck is really fun. I've only played it 3 times, I believe. We'll look in my log in just a moment. This deck allows me to use the Graveyard like I would the Rocket. It adds a slightly different mechanic to the deck. I mean, it doesn't automatically do 500 and some damage to the tower, but if you catch them off guard, it can do far more than that. And so this is a great deck to sit back, defend, and when you get the perfect opportunity, throwing that Graveyard with a nice counter push and just wiping out a tower. Now, something that I've learned watching the tournaments is I got a little bit away from the defensive playing of the game, running my Mini P.E.K.K.A. Lumberjack deck so often. And there is so much power behind the defense of this game. That may seem elementary to you, but when you play a specific playstyle, sometimes that can get away from you. Try and refocus yourself if you're having a little trouble getting wins. Refocus on that defense. It gives you a huge advantage, and then you could work on powering through in overtime or close to overtime and snag that tower and win. So let's go ahead and jump over into a couple replays, look at this deck in action, and then I'll play some live games for you. I know you like the live games, and we'll see if we can't recreate it and get some wins there, maybe some losses, who knows. I know you like that, you like seeing me lose. Okay, this game against Ace, Furious Steel, was an awesome game. Talk about a complete shutdown to what he was trying to do. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my Princess in the back. He plays his Princess just after mine. If he had played it first, I would have played my Princess at the bridge to try and deal that damage to her while she approaches the tower. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and throw down the log, and then watch this. I'm going to throw an Ice Spirit, Mega Minion down to try and stop the Mini P.E.K.K.A. from taking out my Princess. Kind of just throwing it out there as a prediction. Unfortunately, his Zap was able to shut it down, and he killed my Princess there. Now, he throws down his Minion Horde. I'm going to play the Princess to go ahead and clean this up, which she does flawlessly, and that Mega Minion there may have been a little overkill. Maybe not, though. He's going to throw his Princess down in the back, and I don't know if I agree with that placement, because I'm going to be able to take her out with my Princess and then distract the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Now, I realize the Mini P.E.K.K.A. will run up to my tower and hit if I don't play something else there. So the Knight is a nice cheap card that I could throw down as a defensive lure for a lot of cards like that. The Knight is awesome. And then at this point, he throws his Hog down, begging the question, should I play the Inferno Tower? Now, if it took you that long to beg the question, you would have played it too late. Play the Inferno Tower, drag that Hog off to the side, go ahead and kill it, and then I'm just going to try and get a little bit more chip damage here. Let the Fire Spirits pass the tower. I know it's going to take a little while for the Miner to show up. Perfect log, takes out that 4 Elixir there. A 4-for-2 trade. And then we have got a Minion Horde coming at us. We're going to throw the Princess down. We're going to throw the Mega Minion down. Let's stop the Mini P.E.K.K.A.'s advance. And here we go. It's just clean up from here. The Mega Minion swipes away those regular minions in one swipe each. So powerful. Let's go ahead and get our miner down. Should have done it in the middle on the princess, but it was a little soon. The goblins run away from the log, which is unfortunate. The princess is going to do a ton of damage to the tower, though. And again, at this point, I'm just making sure I have enough elixir to defend. Defense is key. Now, he freezes the Inferno Tower. Look at this. Our Ice Spirit unthaws, freezes his hog, and he doesn't get a single hit off on the tower. Look at the health of my towers. He has only done 75 damage to our left-hand tower at this point. And his tower is all the way down to a 0. And so we are playing a spectacular defensive game. All I have to do now is make sure he doesn't surprise me with the hog freeze, so I spread out my cards. He's unable to freeze our princess, which is really important there. We're able to shut down that minion horde with the princess and the mega minion. And at this point, I knew it was pretty much in the game, it was pretty much in the bag, so we're gonna show him that graveyard for the first time that game. Now, if you'll notice there, I didn't play the graveyard until the very end when it wasn't even necessary. And the reason being is that's the card you want to catch them off guard with if you're having trouble getting to their tower. Now, if you're just dealing tons of damage to their tower like I was doing, just keep it up. Okay, here is another interesting game against a spawner deck. Didn't know how I would fare against such a thing, but we're going to see. He's going to go ahead and throw down the furnace. Or the skeletons. We're going to waste a little bit of elixir here. He waits to see what side I'm going with. He wastes a lot of elixir there. Then he's going to throw the furnace down in the back. I'm going to take advantage of this and throw my miner on that because, if you know, the furnace is 5 elixir. And so a 3 elixir miner is going to get a positive elixir trade against that furnace there. Then we have a mega minion. And look at this. We've got spawners building up on the side here, which I'm thinking at this point I could just log the mess out of that, hit 2 spawned units and deal damage, crush the little skeletons, and again, take into account that goblin spawner is 5 elixir also. And so here we go, we're going to throw down our miner and our graveyard. He's going to zap, but as you know with the graveyard, the zap's not going to kill them all. They're going to keep coming up out of the ground. It's awesome. Look at the tower all the way down to 602 with that one push. And here we go. All we have to do is sit back on defense. And so if we were playing with the Rocket deck, that would not have happened, but we would be guaranteed a specific amount of damage. If you could catch them off guard, the graveyard is going to be awesome because it's going to destroy the tower. It's going to destroy the units around it, dealing them damage. You can even get the princess down over on that tower, as we've seen in post videos, to deal and splash the minions around the tower because they're still going around trying to kill those skeletons. His mini P.E.K.K.A is going to come here. I'm going to go ahead and throw down my Ice Spirit and then the log, because we know that mini P.E.K.K.A is going to go right through the Ice Spirit and end up hitting the tower. Then he has a hog here, which stinks because I don't have enough elixir. Kind of overextended myself there. So I'm just going to throw that down, soak up a little bit of damage, and at this point, I remember distinctly thinking back to this moment in the game going, oh wait, I don't have the rocket to just take out that tower over on the right side, which is kind of what I was accustomed to, having played this deck the other style before. Here's a great opportunity to throw the log down. Look at that worth on that log, an insane amount of worth. The Mega Minion is going to just float up here above these units. So good. The Mega Minion was pretty much in every single tournament deck that I watched. It's just such a powerful card right now. The Knight is going to soak a ton of damage. Also, we're going to go ahead and chip away at this furnace so it doesn't get out of control. And then at this point I'm thinking, well, wow, John, you really got to deal some damage over on the right side. So I'm going to throw the Ice Spirit to stop the advance, the log, and then look at the graveyard. He pushed a little bit too hard over on the left side, and the graveyard is able to just destroy his tower on the right with the help of the princess there. So as you can see, this deck, what are we calling it here? After Surgical Goblin, we'll call it the Surgical Graveyard deck. Fantastic at defending. What I'm worried about is the Royal Giant. So wouldn't it figure the first decks that we're going to jump into, we're going to get crushed by the Royal Giant? Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Oh, no, it's D306-JC. And we're going to go ahead and just hold off here. And I'm going to throw my Mega Minion down in the back. I'm going to play super defensively at the beginning of the game to try and figure out what he has. Okay, I say that. I'm just kidding. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Graveyard down. Distract here. He does a really good job here. I'm going to go ahead and throw the log down in the Princess really quickly so that I'm able to start dealing damage to this large wave of units coming in. And because of that, we're not going to be like out of control getting stomped by these Barbarians. Now, his Barbarians would get to my tower there, so I'm going to go ahead and freeze them with the Ice Spirit. I almost threw the Knight down there, but that would have been a kind of a waste of elixir there. Now he knows that I have my Graveyard, which is unfortunate. I went ahead and used it there at the beginning. Let's go ahead over here and throw down a push. I anticipate he uses the Minion Horde or something similar. If he doesn't do anything over on that side, we're actually going to pretty easily take out that Sparky, and then I'm able to throw down. Now, Sparky doesn't have enough health to get to the tower. The Mega Minion is going to run in there. I bet a Minion Horde or Barbarian Horde is coming next, and so I'm going to go ahead and throw down the Ice Spirit. It was the Barbarian Horde here. Let's go ahead and throw the Knight down, and then get the Princess down, and hope he accidentally fireballs my King Tower. Go ahead, fireball my King Tower. No. Fireball my other tower. Okay. Okay, now, if you are aware of the Graveyard doing less damage on his side of the map now that his tower has been taken out. So keep that in mind. I do the log here, but it was kind of silly. What the log is going to do there is push those units back there. Let's go ahead and get this down. Let's go ahead and get this down. I really should have... Alright. Having a little trouble commentating here simply because there's so much intensity going on here. Oh, I soak so much damage. And he's able to fireball that tower away, which is really, really, really unfortunate. So what we need to do is get a push strong enough to shut this down. Shut this tower down over here. Let's go ahead and do it. Get the Knight down, get the log down. Let's go ahead and get the Princess to start splashing over there. I bet he throws down his Minion Horde here soon. I'm going to go ahead and throw down the Miner. Go ahead and get the Inferno Tower down and the Mega Minion on these minions. Ice Spirit also. I'm going to ignore the Goblin Barrel and soak a little bit of damage. Oh, I'm going to soak a lot of damage. Lots and lots and lots of damage. Oh, wow. Okay, so the Princess is dealing tons. Oh, no. The log glitched. I dragged the log over to where the Princess was, and it flipped over to his side of the arena. Not good. He's going to play the Giant, so I'm going to play... Wow, look at that anticipation there. Go ahead and get this down here. The Knight. Get down there, Knight. The Knight was able to stop quite a bit of damage, and he actually got my tower down kind of far. Slightly distracted in that game. My cat was kind of going crazy over on my left side here. But I felt like I could have defended if I did that properly against the Giant, but it just kind of got out of control. But I didn't lose, and we almost got that tower down. I'm almost tempted to say we might have gotten the tower down had our log pushed those Barbarians over into that tower. Let's jump into a game immediately, see if we can't get our crown chest. Game guy E.T. has no idea what's coming. Alright, interesting start here. These are all kind of cards I don't want to start with. So I'm going to put my Mega Minion in the back just to get a slow push going here. And at this point, with an Ice Wizard going down over there, I'm going to do a quick rush right here. And then log all of this mess here. Now, his tower is, even though there is a mini P.E.K.K.A. over there, look at that. Wow. Get the Knight down. get the Ice Spirit down to make sure that this Mini P.E.K.K.A doesn't wander up to my tower. And let's go ahead and just chip this tower over here on the right side. Look at that. Look at that damage that we just chip onto that tower with the princess, forcing him to throw those goblins down there. Now, with the tower at 853, it shouldn't be terribly difficult for me to take that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep doing a little bit of pressure here, and then when he does a counter push, focus on this log here. Throw down the log. I miss the Mini P.E.K.K.A. For shame, although the Mega Minion is going to fix my mistake. And then I'm going to put the princess down, knowing he wants to goblin it. With the Mega Minion floating over it, he opts for a fireball. But his tower is at 377. Sometimes I wonder how I lose games like this, but I do it. I'm going to throw the miner in the front of the tower to psych him out. He's going to throw the Mini P.E.K.K.A in the back. No, he throws his goblins in the back. Let's go ahead with a knight here. A log. Let's get this down. Soak the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Mega Minion is going to clean up the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And check that out. We were able to defend that craziness there without taking too much damage. I'm going to go ahead and throw my Inferno Tower in the middle of the map. And then get a princess over here. His Inferno Tower. His miner is going to run in. I'm going to go ahead and log right here. His fireball is going to hit, but my knight is tanky enough to stop such a thing from damaging me too much. And though I don't have a lot of instant damage, I do have enough instant damage to roll a log into his tower and secure us with the win. Okay, that was a pretty good game. Game Guy ET, excellent game. He had a rushy deck, which played really well into my log for me. It played really well into the log for me. So we were able to secure that win. And let's go ahead and see what's in our crown chest to end out this video for our Surgical Graveyard deck. And we get a print!